penitentiary, my life's over. A lot of people can relate with this right now. A lot of people can relate because a lot of people lost their jobs during Corona. A lot of people's businesses went under. A lot of failed marriages and relationships due to being in confined spaces for long periods of time with people instead of having that break and getting that time apart. We know that absence makes the love grow stronger in some aspects, and relationships are just as painful as losing your entire life. When you lose that significant other, you feel like you're losing your life. When you lose the business that you put your heart and soul into, you feel like you're losing your life. So it's the same thing. Your pain, my pain, it's all the same. So it's the same solution to get out of this. Getting out of what you're going through with the loss you've experienced during this tragedy, these tragic times, is the same solution. The same solution as me in the penitentiary. Before I went to the penitentiary, I thought I was my possessions, the clothes I wore, the stuff I liked, the stuff I did. I thought this was who I was. That's what I did. That's what I liked. That's what I had. This was who I was. No, this is the furthest from the truth. When you finally cross that bridge, you will realize the price you pay for your new life is your old one. The price you pay for your new life is your old life, motherfucker, and you gotta let it go. A lot of people are so far from growth on this channel that they'll be like, Wes, quit talking about prison. Just let it go. I let it go a long time ago. I'm the furthest from anyone holding on to it because what do I call my old self? What do I call my old self? I call my old self a bitch, and anybody who still acts in this manner, who doesn't get it, who isn't accountable enough, aware enough to see that they're causing their own pain through that type of lifestyle is a motherfucking bitch too. And when they see it, when they can call themselves it, then they'll fucking change. We have to call ourselves on our shit. So the way you get out of this is you have to learn to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, you can detach from all those external things that you called yourself. The love you have for self is cultivated within. It's cultivated within through the investment you fucking make in self. The self-investment is self-love. And the investments we make in self are daily through all the small steps of building ourselves up. I built myself up over time. I wanted love so bad my entire life that one day I just said, I'm going to give it to my motherfucking self. And from that day forward, I treated myself like the son I wish to have that I'm responsible for. I treated myself like the wife I'm going to have that I'm responsible for. The biggest problem is a lot of people won't treat every aspect of their life with the love they have within because they don't realize love is only cultivated within. The love you have for self is the only amount of love you can put into your business, put into your fitness, put into your relationships. You can only give something externally at the same degree at which it was created internally, motherfucker. You gotta know this. You're the source. What you can create within is the only thing you can give with. You can only give externally. If it's created within at a certain degree, you can give it at that same degree. Like I've said before, the fat fucking dad with the 6-pack on his belly, the 18-pack by his chair, giving up after work when he knows a couple adjustments could change his fucking life, build him some confidence, and create a whole different future for him and his family. But he chose to give the fuck up. That's not love. That's not love for self. He still loves himself at a degree. At a small degree, he still loves himself. And that's the only amount he can give that love to his son. So the way we get out of this feeling that our life has been taken is to seize our new life by giving our old one away. Give all that old shit away, give up on it, and start to harbor everything within that's creating your new future. Your new future is the assets at which you create within. The assets you create within that you'll take with you, that's who you are. So when you see me now, what the fuck do I validate myself with? I validate myself with my fucking word to you that I will be up every fucking day at 2:45 at that gym by 4 for you as much as me. Because my word is everything. Now, how many men say their word is everything, but can't pull off fucking shit? This is what makes me sick. They don't understand that we're watching, motherfucker. Everybody's watching. And as soon as you trade that bitch ass motherfucker whose word ain't shit for that real motherfucker who would rather die than not stick to his word, you've found the secret, because people tell me I'm too intense, but that's my secret. I'm willing to die for all of this. I'm willing to die for all of it. I'd rather die than not be up in the morning because I told you. I'd rather die than not be fucking ripped as fuck so my son could say, my dad's a beast. I'd rather die than not live up to every fucking thing I told my wife that I would uphold when we got married. I would rather die. And bitch ass motherfuckers would rather fucking seek pleasure all day, have beers with their buddies and pizza, and that's what they call life. But in all reality, we're truly alive when we're close to death, motherfucker. The closer you are to death is when you're truly alive. So me knowing this, I've created the mindset where everything's close to death. Everything in my perspective is I'm willing to die for it. So guess what? I'm living. You think pizza and beers and time with the buddies is living, you simple fuck. How does that get you anywhere? How? That gets you further away from who you're supposed to be. That gets you further and further away from who you really want to be. This perspective that you create has to suit your future, your goals, who you want to be. I lost everything before the penitentiary. I had the houses, I had the cars, I had all this shit. I lost it before the penitentiary. I didn't lose it because I got locked up. I lost it because I was drinking and doing drugs and being a fucking idiot. Had no core values, had no core beliefs, didn't stick to my word. Told my family all the time, oh, I'm going to quit drinking. Oh, I'm going to start doing this. Everybody does that. That's the biggest bitch shit. If I told you once, motherfucker, that I'm going to do something, you better believe I'm going to fucking do it. There's a bet going on upstairs, and they're sitting there watching all of us. They're putting adversity in our path. They're sitting there making bets. The universe is going, hey, let's make Watson be super fucking tired today. Let's make 245 come real quick. Let's make all his joints hurt. Let's see if he gets up. Oh shit, he's up again. Oh shit, you can't stop him. I got my money on Watson. How about you be one of those motherfuckers that people place bets on? How many people in your life are saying, nah, that fool's gonna get it. I know that fool. That's who they know. They know your character, not your cars, not your job, not who you think you are, not your quirky choices in music and your movies that you fucking think are you. None of that, motherfucker. Who are you at heart when it comes down to it and your back's against the wall? Who can they count on? That's you, motherfucker. When you're about to lose everything and you got to cross that bridge, you got to leave that old fake gangster behind who just caused himself a bunch of pain his whole life and swore it was cool, swore he was bad because he was validating himself from some vision he had from some movie and what society told him looked cool. Yeah, it did look pretty cool till you got to the end of the movie and you realized how it ended wasn't cool then. So here I am to tell you, motherfucker, wake up. That shit ain't gonna end how you think it does. Anybody who's still glorifying it is a bitch in the making. They're still about to have to get in the mirror and say, guess what, Wes? I have been a bitch the whole time. And guess what? I'm ready to seize my fucking life. Every motherfucking man has a word. And the more he breaks it, the less power he has behind it. The power behind your word is exponentially increased by the days you've lived that shit, motherfucker. I'm on day 6,000. No breaking it. That's why you feel it. It's energy in motion. It's emotion. It's deep emotion attached to everything I do. Because I'm looking at it like life or death. Because I know I'm most alive when I feel like I almost killed myself with that set. I can barely make it through the day, but I still chose to. Because I got the drive. You have it in you. You have it in you. And every day you stick to your word, regardless of how you feel, you create more and more, exponentially increase that power you have within to stick through shit that bitch-ass motherfuckers will only dream of. And it's not about the result. The result is you, the power you feel within when you're like, motherfucker, you can't break me. I'm fully in control. Everybody's after that fucking self-control, that self-discipline that lets them know deep in their heart that every motherfucking thing's possible. Addiction has plagued my family, plagued my life since I was a kid. I started smoking weed, drinking, and doing coke, slanging at like 13 years old. 13 years old. As I'm driving back home from the gym right now, that's what sparked this video. As I'm driving back from the gym right now, and I live downtown San Diego, where there's junkies on every corner, and there's a 17-year-old girl, somebody's daughter. There's somebody's daughter sitting up against the wall, gouged out of her mind, just literally on heroin or pills or something, just straight strung out. And there's like 3 junkies laying on her. Like 2 of them are looking up at her, like waiting for her to wake up to do more dope or something. It just made me sick and just crushed my soul for a second. I thought about that dad who doesn't know where his daughter is right now. It fucking just tore me up. And I came here and I had to pour it out to you guys because I've been going through this my whole life, putting my mom through this, my brother doing it too. Imagine when you get that call that your son just caught 10 years, and then your other son is consistently on meth and alcohol, just drinking himself into just blacking out, oblivion, and then being on speed, telling your mom all about this, and she's just like, Jesus, can I get a break? I always tell my mom this one thing, and I say, she thinks she's a failure. How could you not? How could you not if one of your kids went to prison for 10 years, and your other is in and out of prison for the last 10 years on that revolving door policy? How could you not feel like a failure as a parent? But I consistently tell her the truth, and this is what it is. She only asked him to quit. She asked me to quit being violent, and she asked my brother to quit doing drugs. And she's not violent, and she quit doing drugs. So I alleviate her pain by telling her, Mom, you asked him to quit dope, and you did. The only dope she ever did was she got hooked on pills a little bit and smoked weed, but she quit. She quit. And this is the thing. It runs in my family. My dad had problems with alcohol. My brother, alcohol. Me at white, fucking selling weed, fucking selling white, all the whole 9 since I was a kid. And this is what lands us in the most trouble is just drugs. Everybody in the penitentiary is there for drugs. Every crime is drugs. My crime, drugs. That dude who robbed that place, he robbed it because he was on Oxycontin. Everything stems back to drugs. Literally 99% of people in the penitentiary, it comes back to drugs and dope, the dope game or something along the lines of dope. So when I see that little girl against the wall, it just brings it back. I'm listening to MGK, a CD, that Lace Up CD that I used to listen to in the band. And it's just so real at that moment. How much pain we drag our families through with this bullshit ass selfish behavior. You know how much harder it is to get out than it is to get in? Our negative choices are so much harder to exit than they are to enter. And I'm just hoping that I can reach so many people to show them how fucking faulty this mindset is that these parties are okay. And like I told my mom, you quit, so you're good. Everybody out there who's still drinking or smoking and not thinking it's big, just know that's the gateway for your kids to use harder drugs. You're doing it. They're seeing that you're escaping reality and they don't see no difference between your drink and their pill. Dad still drinks. Mom still has that wine. He sees her out of her mind a little bit on the weekends and there's the gateway. He's able to justify that the pills he takes aren't that bad. And you got to get rid of all of them. Escaping reality of any sort is a problem. It's a problem because then we all see that as the weakness in another person to allow our weakness to exist. You must extinguish all weaknesses in yourself in this manner to be able to speak on it. You can't speak on it if you still use, even if it's a small amount and you have it under control. The next person doesn't. My brother's homeless. When he's out of the pen, he lives on the street with paisas in the bushes, doing that scante, smoking that glass dick, stealing bottles of liquor, like kid shit. They don't even speak the same language other than pass that bottle or that pipe. His fingers are all bulbous at the ends from heart disease, from using crazy drugs. Like his fingers look fucking crazy. I asked my mom one time with tears in my eyes, I said, Mom, what's wrong with him? What happened to his hands? What happened to him? Is he been digging in the dirt or something? She's like, no, his heart's fucked up. from using all those drugs. Like the blood from his heart, it fucking turns your fingers that way. I never knew anything about that. It's just so sad. You see them, they look like zombies. The junkies around here, the ones laying on that girl down there, they're just lost. It's okay though when you're always gonna have an addictive personality. We're always gonna have an addictive personality if we have one. You have to trade your bad addictions for good addictions, and that's what I did. That's what I did. The only cure to your addictions and your drug use and your habits is discipline. It's discipline, that's it. When you get disciplined enough through your daily process, you empower yourself. You give yourself the power to choose. To choose. When I wake up today, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to go down that painful road again. That road was painful as fuck to me. For years, I woke up and said, never again, not today. And then something would trigger me to where I would get weak and I would choose the negative route over the positive one. But now, I don't let triggers faze me because I'm strong enough. Because I wake up in the morning and my first thought is something that just empowers me that my life is worth it, I'm worth it, and then I prove it with action and build that baseline discipline up through my daily small acts. So when my weakness comes about, I don't fall victim to my old vices, the drugs, the negative shit, the anger. I don't fall victim to it no more. I've done so good on my anger lately too. I'm so proud of it. You guys, you have to drop all this shit and not drag your family through the mud. Imagine making your mom go through that. You being in the pen for 10 years and your brother in and out. Imagine that as a mother. And then even me and my wife going through it. We cured her alcoholism in 8 months. We cured it. You know how many nights we laid in bed and we just held each other and cried after her drinking and then me getting angry about it? Both our weaknesses, completely obvious, pulled right to the forefront and then just curing it with love. Like, we love each other. What the fuck are we doing? So much pain we cause ourselves as humans, and it's all avoidable. It's all avoidable with simple discipline. Everybody who's getting off the path is just they know what to do. They know better. And you got to know that you're always going to have that draw. But the power comes in choosing not to fall victim to it. In the pen, everybody's there for drugs. Every crime in the pen is from drugs. 99% of them come from dope. The robberies are from dope. My case was dope. Everything's dope. Someone's doped up. Someone's selling dope. Someone robbed that person for dope. I mean, someone went and robbed that fucking pharmacy for some more Oxycontin. Normal people. There's very few crimes in the pen that don't stem from drugs. You gotta fucking drop all this shit to show people you can be strong enough. And you gotta show them. You gotta show them by dropping the drink, dropping all the negative vices, all the habits that get you there. The penitentiary made me fucking sick. It made me fucking sick because these were supposed tough dudes. And I would see their tears. I would see them one day say, hey, I'm not doing that shit no more. The next day they were at the dope man. And if a man only has his fucking word and he continually throws it away for a fucking baggie, what the fuck do we have at that point? We don't have nothing. I would rather die than throw my word away. Anymore, my word means everything to me. So I'm just putting it out there that you guys are better than that. Your life is so much better when you choose purpose over pleasure. When you choose to make these sacrifices for your family and just be proud. Goodness is uneventful. It does not flash, it glows. When you have that glow of goodness, your life is magic. You're no longer getting in your way with these ups and downs. I don't even want ups and downs. I just like that steady stream. Just that steady day of not getting in my way, not causing anyone else pain, not causing myself pain. I put enough pain on my mom, shed enough tears in the pen, wanting to quit, filled with regret. Bad men are full of repentance. The pen is full of fake tough guys who continually use dope and cry about their kids, cry about their family. Guess what? You have a choice today to drop all that shit. I did it. Cold turkey is possible, regardless of what they fucking tell you. And it's not a medical fucking, it's not a disease. It's a fucking choice. As soon as you say it's a choice and quit calling it a fucking disease, you're in control, motherfucker. Let's do this shit. on lockdown in the penitentiary, not being able to move about freely, even in the pen, being on lockdown and stuck in your cell, it sucks. And I can't believe that I come out here and we're on lockdown after lockdown on the street. It's not the same, but you get it. There's a lot of things we take for granted that we don't realize until they're taken from us. In the penitentiary, it's as simple as you'll go in for count time. You'll think everything's cool. You just go in yourself for count. Then all of a sudden, here comes the memo. They're sliding memos in each person's door. The memo says, oh, there was a stabbing on this other yard with white dudes, and now you're on lockdown for 90 days because your people can't act right. It's a racial-based lockdown. You're going on a lockdown for 90 days. You ain't coming out for 90 days. Not even a foot outside your cell unless it's to shower. And at these places, they play games with the shower. So when you're on lockdown and you're white, you're showering by sitting on your toilet and you fill up the sink and you have a cup. You soap yourself up and use that cup to dump water on yourself and bathe yourself. It's called a bird bath. This is how you take a shower. I've done that for years at a time, wishing that I could just take a normal shower. A lot of people just choose to do that because the cops play games. And even when you come out to shower, they'll have the hot water off. It'll be cold as fuck. At this time, during this lockdown, they played exactly that trick. So we're in Oklahoma. It's already cold out. It's winter time. We're going on a 90-day lockdown. And they don't want to shower you because they're still watching all the other races in the building. All the other races are programming. They're able to come out. But you guys, the whites, can't. So they have to find a special time to shower you guys. And the best way they can get you to not shower is say, oh, the hot water's fucked up. It's not on right now. So you probably don't want to shower. And most people will pass that up. But the thing is they're just playing that game so you can't fucking come out and shower. And they want you to sit in there and pour water on yourself when all you want is a hot shower to make your life. These are the things we take for granted. All the small shit when we finally get it taken. And you guys got to get ready. You got to get ready. Don't have expectations of coming back out. Have expectations about how hard you're going to fucking kill it if you can't. That's how I won all those years. I knew I would wake up negative, so I went into something positive. Right into my reading, right into my workouts. I wouldn't let them defeat me. They couldn't take it away from me. The only way to beat the system is to become the system. Become your own self-preservation system based on discipline, self-love, and self-respect. People cannot take this from you. The second I gained a lot of power, all my power in my life, is when I learned to validate myself with the things that cannot be taken, because I've had everything taken from me over and over and over again. And guess what? You guys are getting a taste of that now. So my content is very relevant right now. You're going to have to learn to make do with what you got. The man who can excel with what's just at his fingertips is the man that understands everything to a great degree. Comprehension is key at that point. A lot of people just run with the excuse. I don't got weights. I don't got the perfect food, so I'll just wait till it opens. Never wait. That instills that. Habitually, you become a quitter. When you quit on your daily program, depending on how your environment changed, you habitually construct a quitting mindset. Never fucking quit, no matter what it has to turn into. Even if it's just push-ups, squats, and that's all you got, burpees. You have to instill that personal development program is paramount in your life. So at this time, we're on this lockdown for 90 days. The cops keep playing games. And at this point, I'm telling my people, come out and shower. Get out, go shower so that they have to do their jobs. We have to make sure that we come off this lockdown quicker. If you just bow out, like on any lockdown, they'll just keep exercising their power. You have to just still live your life to the fullest. Don't let them break you. Never. We always just went after what we wanted and kept our vision at the highest regard. And this was everything. Never let environmental factors deter you from your vision. That's what got me going the whole time. Even in the shoe, you got better showering circumstances because they'll lock you in the shower by yourself. So you get locked in the shower by yourself. The cops go retrieve your razor and then they let you shower. So every place has its give and take. But in this fucking level of just madness is when you have to find your greatest amount of inner peace. It means more to stay positive when everything's negative. It means more to be grateful when everything's been taken away. So you're being tested. Are you passing the test? Life is a gratitude test. Life is one big test of gratitude. And when everything's taken, do you still go within and become the strong individual you need to be? Or are you waiting just to develop that six-pack and appear like you're someone you're not? I only can uphold my word because that's what I know is hardest for me. I don't like to feel soft. I don't like to deviate from the plan. The second I deviate from my plan, I feel like a bitch. And when I feel like a bitch, it ruins my life. I have to be pushing myself to the highest capabilities that I have personally. And that's what everyone must know they must do. The path of most resistance is what gives a man his power. If we choose the path of least resistance, no wonder we lose confidence. No wonder we lose respect for ourselves. We're not pushing ourselves, and progression is life. Progression is life. These lockdowns were so massive that they would break motherfuckers. Motherfuckers would come out just straight broken, higher on drugs, more fucked up, didn't work out the whole time, watched their TV the whole time, didn't learn nothing. You have to go within and learn to develop these characteristics in the times of adversity when it means the most. Nobody grows in times of comfort and ease. In times of great adversity and discomfort, that's when all the changes take place. That's when everything takes place that you're after. All the attributes, all the assets that are internal, that are going to cause you to be a successful individual are created, and your worst of times, your growth is never packaged how you fucking want it, motherfucker. Look how I learned it. The worst of times created my greatest assets. My ability to see it through regardless. I'm only in it for the now. I have to get up and structure that positive mindset or I'll self-destruct myself. I'm so fucking negative when I wake up. I'm inherently negative. I have to go right into absorbing positive affirmations. I have to go right to it. So I wake up and I force myself up to feel that leadership quality that a man is. He's up first. Leaders do more. So I force myself up and then I grab a book that's positive and I just start absorbing it because I need that. We all need it. Anyone who doesn't believe in our thoughts becoming our actions is fucking foolish. So you have to placate your thoughts and choose the positive ones so that your actions follow suit. When I just blamed other people like a bitch, I was completely negative. I saw the worst in them. But now, when I choose to better myself daily, I see the best in everybody. I know their potential. I've seen myself at the bottom, so I know when they're at the bottom, I understand why, and I know how to bring them to the top. We bring them to the top by loving them back into self-respect and with these self-investment activities that give them their own self-love, give them their worth, which is only fucking earned. So on these massive lockdowns, you would see people just self-destruct because they couldn't see their people, no visits. They weren't on the phones. They couldn't fucking get in contact with everybody else. And the fact is, at that point, I would just go deep within and send love straight from my heart to my people. And I knew they felt it. We're much more powerful than we could ever imagine. And as soon as we tap into that, which is simply our perspective and the way we choose to feel, the way we choose to feel inside, we can shape and alter our reality forever. Penitentiary is militant and your workout is mandatory. Every prison you're at, you're going to be in a different workout car. Your workout car is your workout partners. Usually it's going to be the people from your car, from your city. Your car in prison means your county, where you're from. So the Dago car, Dago on the stomach right here, that means where I'm from, my county. But it always doesn't fall like that because most of the time, a lot of the people in the pen, the fellas, are dope fiends and they're not with it. They don't stick to anything real. They want you to lie to them and act like they're bigger than they are when really it's just massive problems, massive pain, people trying to cure themselves with external fucking solutions to these internal issues that they've had their whole life. And they don't really want to face it in the real manner. But your workout car is your people, and you can never quit on your workout car once you start. The last place I was at, my workout car was Whiskey from San Fernando Valley, Books from Hemet, Pup from Antelope Valley, and Wagner from LA. Whiskey was in the pen this time for sales, he's been busted from everything from sales to murder case. Everything from sales to 187. Books, armed robbery, Pup, drugs, multi-cases. He's a multiple termer, AV, SS, validated member. And Wagner, a youngster, got busted at 17. And he actually was doing fucking 8 years for stabbing his friend at a party. He thought he was hearing voices and he ended up stabbing his friend. Craziness. But this was my workout car in the last place I was at. And it wasn't the coolest people. I don't pick the coolest people because necessarily to me, they weren't the coolest people. They were the biggest wrecks and liabilities. These guys on my team, they needed the most help. They needed someone to guide them. So I stepped in and stepped up. The thing about life is, most people want you to lie to them. And I'm a firm believer in the phrase, don't side with me, enlighten me. Get people, help people, and push them to be their best. I would rather have these guys hate me temporarily, than to continue living a life where they hated themselves. This is the reality of it. In the pen, we're waiting by the door, sitting there 30 minutes before chow. Cup in the pocket, spoon in the pocket, same cup, same spoon, 7 years. No problem. Same one. Ever since they dropped me from the first places I was at, I had the same cup, same spoon, same consistency, because I knew these internal assets, the consistency, the dedication was the key to success. This is what works. Personal development is your key to success. So we're by the door every day, and I initiated that. I would never let anyone go out the door before me. And the last 2 places I was at, because they were dorms. As you drop points, you come from cell living, level 4, level 3, and then you come to dorm living, level 2. I was what's called a hard 19. That means you have 19 points because you have a violent crime. You will never go under 19 points. You will never go to a level 1. Level 2 is what you're stuck at. Now, this was the only good level 2 in the area. This was Delano CCF and Shafter CCF. These were the only 2 good level 2s. The other level 2s were fucking shit. Truckwalla, Avenal, all these places, CMC West, these places were bad. Norco was even going bad. So these other places were going bad, meaning they were PC joints. They weren't good no more, not GP joints. So we're standing by the door, and I never let anyone go out the door before me because I just have this drive, this leadership drive that I'm going to be up first. I'm going to work out the hardest. No one's going to outdo me. And I'm going to bring these youngsters along with me and show them how it's done. Show them that we take pride in our ability to stand there patient, to stand there composed, and we're ready to come back and work. When everybody's coming back to sleep, all these fake-ass gangsters used to get pissed that we would come back and massacre 10 sets of 30 burpees or 30 sets of 10 burpees, rotating each day before our main workout. This was the prelude to the main workout. This was the fucking warm-up before the bar work. And they would get pissed. They'd be like, people are still sleeping. The fuck are you going to eat breakfast for and coming back to sleep for? You fucking know better than that. You've been at the bigger joints, the higher up levels. Why the fuck are you going to drop such a militant lifestyle that you know benefited you, that you know took you from a fucking low-level dope fiend fuck who couldn't get his life in order to a militant man who took pride in his actions, his conduct, his character, the life of a soldier, the stoic life, the life of virtue. This is what's taught if you look for it. If your intention is there, you will get it. 2 people could go after the same goal. One person just trying to be jacked to fucking be the toughest guy, and his intention that, and he could get jacked, fuck his life up. But if another motherfucker gets jacked and his intention is to make all these sacrifices to better everybody around him, to push them to be their best, and to make sure that he's the example that his son looks up to, that his whole family looks up to, that's the man who's going to get the correct intention out of the same fucking outcome, the same result, 2 different outcomes, just by changing your intention. When we change our intention, we change everything. The universe is going to hand you everything you want in this life. The universe will hand you everything you want. And then it's going to simultaneously hand you the equal distraction. The equal distraction is going to be your greatest weakness. So for me, every day in the pen, that's what it was. The universe would hand me that inner peace that I was after my whole life. I would get it. I would attain it. And then I would be tested. I would be tested with my anger. And if I failed the test, then I fell victim to that distraction. And we're better than that. Clarity is not falling victim to the distraction. In your life, where you're going to get everywhere and be able to follow your path, is knowing that your weakness, that distraction, is coming your way, and to not fall victim to it. Clarity is not falling victim to the distraction when it comes. These guys were such hard workers. They believed in me so much that I would never let them down. And that's the purpose. That's how we do it. We take more pride in being up for those around us than anything. If your team's failing, it's because you're failing. Extreme accountability is real. If your people in your family, your closest, are not leveling up, it's because you're not providing a good enough example to make it desirable to them. The results that you get should be so desirable that you should never have to talk them into it. These guys, whiskey took him from being drawn to the dope and that bullshit life to building self-confidence, changing his life. Pup, the same thing. When I rolled in, he was having trouble with that. By the time we left, we called him fucking Muscle Pup. He was massacring muscle ups like nothing before. It made him so proud. And to instill that pride in people, motherfuckers think that's so cliche or stuff like that. These positive affirmations in this talk. You're so fucking stupid if you think that way. Do you know how expensive negative thoughts, negative actions, and negativity is? It takes away from your whole life. When you can instill confidence in another man, when you can instill confidence in your people, you just gave them their fucking life back. Lack of confidence takes away from every moment of your life. Every moment of your life. Lack of confidence is taking away 10, 30, 40, 70% of that moment, depending on how little confidence you earned that day. It's all earned that day. Nobody is inherently confident. Confidence in all these internal assets are earned every fucking day. That's why in the pen, that's why out here, I know that it's no days off because I'm not going to feel like myself if I don't go fucking earn it. To cure myself every day. I've woken up in massive negative places in there and out here, internally and externally. And it's all our choice, whether we fight through it or not and find the positive side, find the gratefulness inside of us to push through that day and truly enjoy our life. Life is a gratitude test. How grateful are you? Are you only looking at the one thing going wrong in your life and fucking your day off? Or are you looking at the 99 things that are amazing going on in your life that you can use to catapult you to levels of success and just pure inner peace that you've never known? Waking up with purpose is everything. Waking up without a purpose is the most helpless feeling anyone can experience. So I'm teaching you to wake up with purpose, and that's a choice. Your vision is your purpose. Your vision is your purpose. And when your vision is clear, so are your life choices. So you got to get up and walk in alignment with this vision, regardless of how you feel. I call it conscience congruency. When you're walking in congruence with your conscience, you're creating that vision to a T. Where most people fail is that pleasure chasing, that instant gratification, that perpetual pleasure chasing, doing what they feel like doing, opposed to what's going to create their ultimate vision and their dream life. The penitentiary was the creating grounds of this. I woke up around the most negative people on the planet. They wouldn't even go to sleep, be on dope all night, eyes bugging out their heads, and you're just like, fuck, when does this end? So instead of letting the external situation, my environment affect me, I just went internally and just reflected and said, the way I'm looking at this is what's ruining my day. I need to just go within, work hard, and create that love within that's going to push me and carry my vision into fruition and manifest this ultimate vision I have. People ask me all the time, Wes, how did you stick to your vision that whole time in the pen? Because I've been focused on making an Instagram and a social media presence that I could use to cure people of their pain for 7 years. For 7 years I've done that. And I literally never took a day off. Every thought I had was about helping that next person get through the pain of their day because I've been in pain for so long. Do I still even look like someone who's comfortable? Do I look comfortable? I'm not. I haven't been comfortable in 13 years. Since the day I got busted till now, I'm still not comfortable. I go through phases where I feel complete comfort and ease and inner peace. And I enjoy that a lot because I know we have to experience both ends of the spectrum. The only way one arrives at pleasure is through pain. So we run into that shit daily. And then we bask in the pleasure at the end. This is me coming off a workout that felt amazing, a diet the day before that was flawless, all choices in line with the person I wish to be, the man I'm creating. Do you know that feeling? I need you to know that feeling. I need you to know the pride behind this. And when you do it for a selfless means, when you're doing it for others, your only vision isn't how jacked I'm going to get. I'm going to look so amazing. People are going to stare at me at my success and my muscles, when you're really like, my son's going to be so proud of me. My mom's going to be so proud of me. My wife's going to look at me like I'm the sexiest man alive to her. This is what we do it for our people. And then we're thinking about that next man that we're helping. I'm going to help cure him of his pain. I'm going to be strong enough to be there every day so that he doesn't miss a day and step right into that one day that could take his whole life. It just takes one day of falling off this program, one moment. One momentary flash of anger may seem inconsequential, but carries with it a lifetime of regret. I have to stay positive from my first thought that enters my mind in the morning to my last. I'll burn the whole fucking house down. I'm that type of motherfucker who gets a flat tire, pops all the other 3, and then burns the fucking car. That's just me. I've always been that way. So I have to unmake that. Habitually, I have to unmake that by being someone who knows how to fail and just stop there and not take the whole fucking deck of cards down with me, burn the fucking house, and then warm my fucking hands. I'm the person who has to really realize that we're gonna fail and it's not completely all or nothing at that moment, even though that has fueled me more than anything, that I do make it life or death. But I do make it life or death in a positive fashion. Not that I'm going to just end my life now. People make it life or death in a negative way or a positive way. Make it life or death in the way that I'm going to live this last day as somebody who exits this planet in an admirable fashion, in an honorable fashion, in a way that people just can look over his grave and say, man, that was a good dude. He taught me a lot. He changed my life in a positive way. Becoming assets. In the penitentiary, I put my ass on the line to teach these men that they were assets. They were just choosing to be liabilities. Their choices were making them and putting them in the situation that was a liability to all around them. So as soon as I built that self-confidence in them, have you ever given someone their self-confidence back? Truly gave it to them, saw it in their eyes, and had them say, I know you hear this all the time. I know you hear it, but you saved my life. Do you know what that feels like? I do, because I saved my life. And I want you guys to know that just today you can wake up and make all these positive choices and changes that can put you in alignment with your ultimate vision. And you can go from the most negative person, which I was, to the most positive who's pushing forward. Straight, not straightened. You will never be impervious to the negative side effects of life. There's going to be negativity. There's going to be pain. The people who fall victim to their excuses are the most egotistical, self-centered motherfuckers alive. They really believe that someone who has different heights of success doesn't have financial stress. They don't have relationship stress. They don't have stress in general. That low-level motherfucker is failing to understand that everybody's going through this. Some are just choosing not to fall victim to their excuses, and they're pushing forward. These motherfuckers in the penitentiary, victim mindsets. Unless they come out, jacked, drop the vices, and are moving forward, not doing the shit that got them there, They didn't learn fucking shit. They didn't learn shit. And that's the fucking problem. Too many people looking apart and passing on the pain they know that's also real. I won't pass you on the pain. I won't pass you on the pain I knew of being fat as a kid, not being able to take my shirt off. That shit was horrendous. Your 15-year-old son who doesn't like taking his shirt off, who has slight tits, that you're feeding pizza, he feels like he wants to die sometimes. Just like I did in the pen, when my life felt like there was no way of coming back, but I still fought. Sometimes I just was like, I'd rather die. That's what he feels like. It's no different. How the fuck are you not breaking this cycle and helping him by becoming your best self and understanding that if you're overweight, you know the pain. That 46-year-old fat dad who don't even want to take his shirt off, but is successful. And he knows his pain all too well because he avoids all these fun things in life. He doesn't equate that to what he's doing to his son. And then that fake-ass convict who does some time, still comes out and glorifies this shit, doesn't spend his time and put his ass on the line like myself to say, that shit's bitch, that shit's pussy. The real ones in there don't like it. They wish they weren't there. They're not glorifying it. They're not in the back like, I sure am glad I stabbed that dude and got myself a life sentence now. I'm really pumped on what we're doing in here. Nobody in there's like that. So these motherfuckers who try to still glorify it and talk about all these convict terms and shit, and they ain't even it. Like, look at these motherfuckers. They ain't it. They didn't learn nothing, and the militant structure they had in there went straight out the window when they grabbed that needle. But anyways, the main point, we're breaking the cycle regardless of what happens. Life on the line for it. Don't give a fuck. Break the fucking cycle. It's not about you, bitch. It's about your family, your people, and how everybody around you thrives from your energy, thrives from your ability to be impervious to defeat, thrives from your ability to know that you love them so much you put your ass on the line at any fucking moment for them, and you're going to push forward, never letting them be less than their ultimate potential. That's a friend. Last days. Waking up early in that cold, dark cell, having your tray slot be open. Dun, dun. They slide the tray in. It's super early. It's dark. It's cold. You're just like, no. This is the worst. There's no way this is my future for the next 3,000 days. I wish this upon nobody. But if you find yourself in such a situation, you need to realize that there is a sublime feeling attached to suffering in silence. When you learn to suffer in silence, you have understood where true power can come from. In all reality, it truly takes a lot more courage and strength to suffer than to die. So many times along this journey, I just had the thought over and over of, I want to die, until I realized that my power came from getting up and choosing to live, choosing life and choosing the thoughts I had. Instead of waking up and saying no, I woke up and said, yes, another day to prove to myself exactly who I am. I've woke up in AdSeg, the shoe, normal housing blocks, everywhere, the street, and had that no feeling when I first had the initial thought in my mind, and that's where the poison comes from. You should never talk negatively upon one moment of your life, or you just poison yourself with that ungrateful mindset. Gratitude opens the door to higher intelligence, and when we get up with a grateful heart and we go straight into everything that's under our power to push ourselves forward, this is where our limitless potential comes from. We go straight into physical activity. We go directly after that into reading something positive and journaling. We start before or after with positivity. I used to wake up and the first thing I did was put something in front of my eyes positive so that I could just structure my mindset for the day. In all reality, every day, all you're doing is living that perfect day out, structuring the absolute most perfect mindset to carry you throughout your day and make sure that you uphold the character and the actions that you want, because your habits are what decides your future. Regardless of if you're in a cell, you're on lockdown out here, or you're living normal life, your daily habits will decide your future. So this shit ain't fucking guesswork. There's no guesswork to this life. Show me a man's habits and I'll show you his future. I'm not a fucking mind reader. We all know where certain paths are taking us. And everybody just wants that path given to them. The path is earned. The path is illuminated as we walk it. As we earn one step to our path, the wake up, first step, the grateful heart, right into that. Then we earn the next step illuminates along the path of where we're going, our purpose. You guys got to understand, the penitentiary is pure pain. You get locked down and you're literally in the cell 365 days that year. Monday through Friday, you're at the door praying that some love comes through that crack. You're praying that some love comes sliding under the door at mail time, that somebody cares about you. You motherfuckers watch these videos and think the negativity from other inmates, the stabbings, and all this shit is the pain from prison. You're a fucking idiot. The real pain from prison is all that internal anguish that you motherfuckers can't even take out here. That shit is magnified 100-fold in the penitentiary. So someone like myself who goes in, they know that pain that's been magnified 100-fold from that question, why? Why don't they write me? Where's my letter? Friday comes, mail comes under the door and nothing's there. No. Now you have to wait 3 more days to maybe hear from somebody that they might love you. And you literally live this existence over and over the most painful manner possible till you finally just create narratives in your head. Create the landscape of your mindset that suits you. It's your imagination. Mindset training is imagination. Make up anything that gets you to pull it off in the physical realm, in the real world. Tell yourself whatever has to take place. So I used to tell myself why. Instead of ask why, I used to tell myself why. I would tell myself why they didn't write me is because they truly love me so much, and putting that pen on paper crushed them. And I don't want them crushed because I love them so much. Tell yourself your whys. Don't let your mind ask and wander. So many people wake up every day, make up a narrative in their head that destroys them mentally, believe it, and fuck their day off, fuck their mood off, and keep themselves stagnant. And if fucking they're not stagnant, they're fully regressing. Because like I've said before, I don't even believe in stagnation. I only believe in progression or regression. And your positive thoughts are the gateway. Your positive thoughts are the gateway to everything. You get to choose the narrative. This is your life, your mind, your thoughts. You get your outcome. Nobody's in control of your outcome. I've fucking proven that. The fucking victim-ass, grown-ass baby boys in prison who don't believe they're in control of their outcome, they're just walking victims. And it happens out here too. The fake tough guy who literally believes that everybody's holding him down except himself. And he didn't walk straight into those problems and create them on his own. The only man that's ever going to pull anything off in this life is that truthful man who gets in the mirror and says, you're the fucking problem. You're the fucking problem. You're the reason you're not ripped. You're the reason you have money issues. You're the reason you're having this pain internally. And you're the solution. You can solve all these internal questions by not letting them plague you, using them to your advantage. Suffering and feeling that pain, redirecting it into a positive outlet is everything in this life. If you're foolish enough to believe that one day pain will not exist, if you get the right amount of money, the right job, the right girl, all this, you're fucking tripping. Pain will always exist. Pain must exist. Everything on this planet only exists by contrast. So if you want to unmake pain, well, then you're going to unmake pleasure too. So what you must do is learn to find the utmost pleasure in not being pleased. The utmost pleasure in sacrificing for everything. In all reality, when we fucking give our whole heart to our belief system and we learn to live and give ourselves internally, minus everything, the external world that can fucking literally bring us our false expectations and crush us. Get rid of all those false expectations of the external world that I learned in the cell by myself. I knew that if I wanted solutions, if I wanted answers, I had to cure all my external problems with internal solutions. Those internal solutions have been with you since you've been born. We aren't fucking exercising them because society is stealing your power. Society is telling you all these faulty things that aren't you, that don't cure you. I had a conversation with one of my mindset clients at such a high level the other day. For the last 7 to 10 years, he believed that he had all these internal issues. I said, those are gifts, motherfucker. Those are gifts. Those are the next pillar to your success. You've been curing yourself internally for the last 7 to 10 years, and you didn't tap, just like me. Now you're ready. Now you're ready to live your life purpose, which is be a healer and cure others' pain that they know all too well. Everybody has so much pain, and the man who doesn't admit it is in the most pain. The man who doesn't admit he's a narcissist is the most narcissistic. We get on here, and we tell all our issues. We pour it all out there because we really want to change. Accountability is the only way we're ever going to change, and I just want you guys to never feel that pain of waiting by the door Monday through Friday, hours before the cops are passing mail out, just praying that a letter comes sliding under. And 365 days later, not one fucking letter came under that door. Imagine 3,000 days waiting. Some of these days on lockdown where you can't get on the phone, some you can. Sometimes the phone calls are more painful than not getting a letter. You're setting yourself up with your fucking actions and your thoughts more than you could ever believe. Please let them assist you. Please let them assist you. The mindset training I preach, the physical training I preach, the affirmations that we fucking just use to cure ourselves is what self-mastery is about. I'm teaching personal development. I'm teaching self-mastery. Self-mastery is through what we ingest. We must ingest everything correctly to suit us. Purely, mindset training is imagination. You can have the worst situation coming your way and choose to ingest it how you like, what suits you. That's why life's happening for you. That's why someone like me can look at everything as a win, and that's the winner's mindset. Don't ever get yourself caught with 3,000 plus days ahead of you when you can start today being grateful and living as the man who everybody looks up to and admires, and especially the man you admire, so you can help cure others' pain. I love you guys so much. I will never give up. This is everything to me. Coming out of such a dark place to help others heal their pain. People who watch stuff like this and they don't feel pain, it's one of two reasons. They lie to themselves, or they're drowning themselves out with vices every time they're about to feel some pain. The real ones drop the vices and then they go within. They start healing within. Now they're ready to heal everybody around them and their families. That's what we're meant to do. Let's get it.